Welcome back to the rest of the story. Well, I'm out here playing with my Virnig Grapple bucket, my multi-purpose tool. Well, this is me using it for exactly why I bought it. For moving brush, for picking up rock, for general destruction of things. Now, you guys probably remember a while back, it's been at least, 2 weeks, that we went through, Ryan, Brittany, and I, and we got all this fence row cut out. Well, we got like 99% of it cut out. We're gonna have to go back through again, even with shears. There's just a couple saplings that we missed that we'll go through and we'll re-hit. My goals and intentions are with this front row, now that we got it all cleaned out for the second time, is that it's gonna stay clean. I'm gonna go through this summer with the gator mounted sprayer and hit it with Roundup, whatever, and kill out anything that's coming up. Then we can go through and hit it with Tordon, any of the trees that may be coming up. But purely, all that I'm really doing is going through, because there aren't really that big trees along this whole fence line. They're just these smaller brush. So what I'm doing is I'm kind of pushing them all up into a pile and then smashing them down with the bucket, and then clamped them on with grapples, and then carrying them back in. For those of you that are wondering about the compaction I'm making through the field, I am making compaction. From the looks of it, by the time we got done, I'm going to have to go through and probably take the disc out and run past that fence line like once or twice, make 2 or 3 passes, knock out any of the small sticks or anything, smooth it out a little bit, and then go through and make about 6 passes with the chisel plow away from the fence. Just get all this path that I made cleaned up. I kept it in one spot as opposed to spreading it out, because the first pass of going over making a road usually generates the most compaction, so I was just trying to keep it in one spot. Now, the reason that I'm doing this right now, you can see with all the snow on the fence line, is a big reason why we haven't really done this in the dead of winter. This fence line is notorious for filling full of snow. As you can see, the rest of the field is all melted off and the rest of the field is dry, but this whole fence line the whole way down has snow in some way, shape, or form in varying amounts. And underneath that snow, it is muck. It is really soft. So I had about one good pass, and that's an example of a tree we missed right there. That was about the worst one. Well, you had about one good pass over the snow, and then any future passes, it would just turn to mud. But for the most part, I got through pretty easily. It was hard trying to not to scoop up too much of the snow because I didn't want to put my fire out. But I went through and all this stuff got burned up. I've said it in the past, I'm trying to get my place cleaned up. A lot of the pastures, that's just the heck of it. My pastures really don't even need a chainsaw. Like the one to the right, you see those woods? Those, quite honestly, I don't even have to take the chainsaw out there. It's just a lot of dead trees that have broken off, fallen over. I could take the skid steer out there with the grapple bucket and basically just go through and do like a cleanup job and just drive through and knock out whatever brush is there, and then just pick up all the fallen over trees and anything and try to get some grass growing again, At least that's the plan. A fair chunk of my place needs some way, shape, or form of like a cleanup through the woods. We used to Grandpa always said, set the red bug loose, and way back when you could get away with doing that was just setting your woods on fire and running through. But 3 or 4 weeks ago, people started burning brush, and we were over in Platteville in Walmart, and one of the calls that the firefighters end up having to run to was right behind Walmart. So, and the flames that we could see from the tire center they were probably about 15 feet in the air. So that's the thing, you really gotta, when you burn anything, you gotta have it under control. Or at least feel fairly confident that you do. But this made for a really long day. The seat isn't really air suspended or anything, so this every little bump that the skid steer gets, you get. And this ground has been chiseled and had the anhydrous applied on it so far. But and see, this is why I like this grapple bucket. Drive in, scoop it up. See, and because the trees are kind of scattered throughout this fence row, I was just kind of pushing them along. I never had any instances where I hurt the fence because this fence is older than. It's old enough that I don't remember putting it in. But the thing is, as long as you take care of them, that fence will last a long time. And that's the reason why I don't want to let the trees overtake it, because that fence could last another 30, 40 years if, you keep the trees and brush out of it. So that's the intentions we got with a lot of our fence rows. We want to get them cleaned back out and keep them that way. And that right there is how I was smashing the brush down. I would tilt the bucket ahead with a bunch of trees in it, and I could smash them in. And then once I had them down, I clamped the tines on it, and I got a lot of really good bites. I really didn't make too many short trips back to the farm or back to the pile. But that's all I have for this, guys. My other video, I'll be honest with you, I turned it on and I didn't make sure my camera was facing. The camera is upside down in front of me right now, and I turned it on one time and it was tilted back far enough that it thought it was right side up before I faced it forward. So my other shot was upside down. But I think you guys got a pretty good idea about what this job entitled. But well, I gotta get going, so I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. So until then, take care, take it easy, keep in touch.